Bench mining program enters full mining phase after the completion of road construction at Aukam. That news article was released by Gratomic just yesterday. But that wasn't the only news article. The first 2,600 tons extracted at Aukam's graphite mine in Namibia. But there is even more. There's this new very juicy tweet released by Gratomic, which of course I cannot show in full right now for watch time purposes. I am not really sorry. All those articles were released just yesterday, but in the meantime the stock literally went nowhere. Which is weird because these articles excite the hell out of me. Maybe they just aren't really that juicy. I beg to differ. Welcome to episode 457 of Why I Am Bullish on Gratomic, featuring yesterday's news releases and breadcrumbs. Oh, of course, we also gotta discuss that thumbnail. So let's get right into it. Why I am excited. First off, that juicy new mining phase. This is the first time ever Gratomic used this wording to describe their benching program at Aukam, which is a pretty big thing. We have already talked pretty extensively about benching, so I will not bore you with that. Link can be found in the top right corner. But the gist of it is really this. This process allows for the collection of graphite in stages as the platforms are constructed on the Aukam mountain. And now that the road construction has been completed, including a fancy ring road connection, this allows Gratomic to access 3 potential platforms that will enhance the exploration program and the bench mining operations. The upper bench for mining operations for graphite extractions is already operational. There is quite a bit to unpack there. First off, Gratomic is implementing a strategy where they have begun mining operations while also simultaneously drilling their resource in parallel. Normally, companies drill their resource years in advance before even thinking of mining that resource. So this really is an unorthodox strategy. But if Gratomic is anything, it is unorthodox. And second, this also tells us that now mining operations will really start to ramp up at Aukam. The access road is necessary for the exploration and mining teams to access the mineral housed within the Aukam mountain in a safe, efficient and effective manner. Road constructions and early bench mining were underway simultaneously, however at lesser amounts of mineral extraction. But holy smokes, those lesser amounts were extracted at a pretty insane pace too. Between the 21st of September, back when Gratomic had extracted just 730 tons from the Aukam mountain, and the 12th of October, when Gratomic announced the total extraction of graphite from the Aukam mountain thus far at 2,600 tons. Between those 2 dates, Gratomic extracted a total of 1,900 tons of graphite. Let me remind you, that is just 21 days. So that is a pace of almost 100 tons of graphite per day. That is pretty darn impressive, especially for a mining company which didn't even have a completed access road yet. Anyways, quick summary thus far. Number 1, Gratomic's Aukam mine now officially entered the mining phase. And that is a pretty big thing because 2, during Gratomic's ramp up to the mining phase, they have extracted a total of 2,600 tons of graphite feedstock already, which comes down to a pace of roughly 100 tons per day. Mind-boggling speeds, and I am excited for Gratomic to keep up this pace. The last thing I want to discuss is this mysterious tweet. Important updates coming soon on strategic partnership with TM2. TM2 is a platform where traders and companies can buy and sell technology metals that are used in the technologies powering the 21st century. And metals that are essential for batteries, like Gratomic's graphite, surely belong on this list. And both parties seem to think so, because back in February they signed an indicative term sheet with each other to sell a bunch of graphite at super favorable prices for Gratomic whenever the Aukam processing plant went into full production. And it seems with this very fake tweet that the date to convert this MOU into a binding offtake agreement has finally stumbled upon us. But that is a pretty big guess on my end, so do not bet your house on that speculation. Anyways, a binding offtake agreement with TM2 would be an enormous catalyst for Gratomic. So if my speculation is even remotely correct, that would be a significant milestone for Gratomic to achieve. Of course, this tweet could mean 1000 other things as well, so we will have to wait and see what Gratomic actually wants to get across. And really, those were all the updates I have for you guys today. Oh wait, there is one more thing we should discuss. The thumbnail. Yeah, I might sell some of my Gratomic shares soon. After all, I did make a plan to sell a tiny percentage of my portfolio whenever Gratomic achieved the $1.5 Canadian mark. I want to sell those shares to de-risk my position, so that I am confident enough to let the rest ride out for years and years to come. And while we aren't even close to that figure currently, I do have a feeling we'll hit similar figures reasonably soon, especially if we see binding offtake agreements and actual sales of graphite. So that might be Q4 of this year or Q1 of next year type of soon. But again, that is just some fun speculation from my end. And of course, clickbait. I do want to keep growing this channel, and for that, clickbait is a must. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Peace.